Cars.com Auto Review.
Hi, I'm Kelsey Mays for Cars.com. Among small crossovers, the Subaru Forester doesn't have the sharpest styling or the most upscale interior, but it rides well, it's fun to drive, and it's pretty practical. That's probably why the current generation is a perennial Cars.com favorite. The first thing you notice getting into the Forester is how easy it is to see out of this thing. The A-pillars are narrow, the windows are really huge, the rear window isn't buried beneath two massive D-pillars. Other crossovers like the Chevy Equinox, the Hyundai Tucson have slicker roof lines and sculpted windows, but you pay for that in blind spots. It's not the case here. Our Forester Touring test car has things like leather seats and a giant moonroof, but the cabin design is kind of aging and some of the finishes on the upper dash and doors feel a little bit low rent. Also, a lot of the controls along the steering wheel, along the stereo, really small, hard to kind of pick out on the fly. Other crossovers in this class have large center consoles in some instances. The Forester's is a little bit small, but it converts to this trough right here if you pull these plastic pieces out. Unfortunately, that doesn't leave the storage hidden from people who wanted to look inside the car if you need that extra room. The back seat has decent legroom, but the seat sits a little bit low to the ground, so some adults may find their knees up in the air. One editor mentioned that the back seat wasn't quite big enough for her husband and her kids. If that's the case, check out something like the Equinox. It's got a little bit more space back here. In Foresters with the moonroof, cargo volume behind the rear seats is about 31 cubic feet. You fold the seats down, you're looking at about 63 cubic feet of maximum volume. Those figures are kind of at the low end of the segment. Should be enough for a small family, but if you need more room, cars like the Toyota RAV4 and the Honda CR-V both max out at more than 70 cubic feet. With the base engine, the Forester has decent acceleration, and our test car's 4-speed automatic kicks down quickly enough on the highway, but the car is still kind of pokey up long on-ramps, and this is where a 5 or 6-speed automatic might help. It handles well though, with good steering and a pretty flat body on hard corners or braking and acceleration. Ride quality is good too. On the highway, the suspension doesn't pick up little things like the CR-V, and it isn't choppy like a Kia Sportage. This is how a small crossover ought to ride. It's also how a crossover should hold up. Avoid the turbocharged Forester XT, and reliability for the current generation has been excellent. It may not be the coolest crossover on the block, but it's definitely one of the more sensible ones.
For more car-related news, go to Cars.com or our blog, KickingTires.net.